So you want to make the big bucks, but you still want to have geographic freedom. Of course, it's nice to be a lawyer or a doctor making 400K a year, but if you were a lawyer or a doctor, could you fly to Italy tomorrow? So in today's video, I'm going to go over the top 7 highest paying jobs in crypto. Let's get into it. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Tristan Powell, the Yonderpreneur. I help people become sovereign individuals. What does that mean? I help people live a more financially and geographically free life. Number 1 on the list is executive roles. Executive roles are a really fast and obvious role that is easy for me to get out of the way. The executive positions are always going to be the highest paid positions in any company. And it's very challenging to become the CEO or the CFO or the CMO or the CTO of any company that's been operating for a few years already. You need to have one beast of a resume to get that kind of job. However, the beauty of crypto is there's always a startup starting up every day where the founders are looking for those core members of the original team. And it's not too difficult to actually land these roles when a company is in its infant stage. For example, this company, Quant Network, is hiring a chief marketing officer, and the salary range they have posted for the job is $150,000 to $250,000. So becoming an early stage startup executive isn't as impossible as you may think. They even come with decent salaries, so if you can scale the business up, so will your salary. But even if you're with a startup, you're going to need a lot of experience for this kind of role. Number 2 on my list is legal counsel. Remember how I said in the beginning of the video that it would be nice to be a lawyer making 6 figures, but unfortunately you're stuck in one spot? Well, psych. Lawyers who work in crypto are often working remotely. This isn't Suits where you have to go into the court every day. You're not doing that, traditional lawyer work. You're acting more as an advisor. Someone who would be in charge of doing mergers and acquisitions or advising a company on the laws of a new country they want to operate in. So really, you don't need to stay in one spot for this kind of role. You can go where you please. And these jobs pay well also. For example, in this job ad, you have a company offering between $180,000 to $330,000, depending on the experience of the individual. Obviously, you need a lot of experience and a lot of education if you want to land this kind of job. But it's still one of the most high-paying jobs in crypto, and it comes with a lot of remote benefits. Job number 3, Quant Developer.
My quant.
Your what?
My quantitative. My math specialist.
Here's a job you don't hear about too often because it's a very specialized position. Quant is short for quantitative. And what a quantitative developer does is build and utilize software tools that use mathematical models to analyze financial data. A very math-heavy position and many years of experience required. But if you can do this job, it will pay you between $120,000 a year and $200,000 a year. Number 4 is a tax manager. Your job as a tax manager for a company is to make sure that your company is in full compliance of the law of whatever jurisdiction it is working in, and to essentially save the company as much money as it possibly can on taxes. You're basically an accountant for a single client. However, that single client is probably going to have millions of transactions, and of those transactions, they're going to be worth between millions and billions of dollars, depending on the company, of course. And if you're going to save your company millions of dollars, then that company can afford to pay you a very nice salary. The average salary for this role is between $100,000 and $160,000. However, like this opportunity here posted by Coinbase is a lot more than that. So it really just depends on what the company is that you're working for. Number 5 is Backend Developer. As a backend developer, you would be responsible for building and maintaining server-side coding. You would work on databases and APIs and making sure everything runs smoothly. Obviously, you need some prior experience and knowledge around coding to land one of these kind of roles. But even junior backend developers have salaries that start around $70,000. While I have seen the senior devs potential salaries ranging up to $250,000. Number 6 on my list is product manager. Product manager is another high-paying role in crypto. Product managers oversee the planning, execution, and delivery of products and services. They coordinate between the different teams, developers, designers, marketing, and legal. Their job is really to make sure everything stays on track, on time, and on budget. This role involves defining project goals, creating detailed plans, managing resources, and identifying potential risks. The project manager also communicates regularly with stakeholders, providing updates on progress and addressing any challenges that may arise. Additionally, they stay informed about the latest trends and regulatory changes. The role of product manager is a very common one. You see it in traditional companies all the time. But what's nice about being a project manager for a crypto company is that it has that remote benefit. To get the role of product manager, it's best to start with like a business development job or business associate, and then work your way up to product manager. I have seen project manager salaries in crypto as low as $70,000, but I've also seen them as high as $200,000. So I think it's really, again, depending on the company and your experience. Last on the list is Frontend Developer. A Frontend Developer is responsible for designing and implementing the user interface, ensuring that users have an intuitive and seamless experience. This role involves working closely with UI and UX designers, a role that I mentioned in my previous video, 7 entry-level jobs in crypto. The front-end developer is responsible to make sure that the company's platform works seamlessly across all kinds of devices and browsers. On average, front-end engineers do not make as much money as back-end engineers just because front-end engineering is more interesting job, it's more creative, more people like to do it. Therefore, supply and demand, when more people do something, the price of that thing is less. I have seen salaries for front-end engineers as low as $60,000 a year, but I've seen them go up as high as $150,000 a year. It really just depends on your experience. If you're interested in working in the crypto industry or you want to take those first steps to become a sovereign individual, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.